Hello, today we have an 8Q versus a 17Q. The rank gap is quite large, so they kind of treated this as a teaching game. Thankfully, we've had more people join since then, so you can see this was the 8Q and this was the 17Q. And now there's three more people in between them. I am seeking beginners and double-digit Qs to go with the people below 1,000. That is simply because I am hopeful that they will also have opponents and not have to play themselves over and over. And I would like to avoid as much as possible large rank gaps, but since it's the first season, I kind of expected it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. And of course, this video is sponsored by TsumegoDragon.com, and this is a game review for the Tsumego Dragon League, the Dragon League. It is free to join, and games get reviewed for free. Okay, to answer a question in the comments, I wonder if we'll have handicap games in the future. The answer to that question is no, and even though I think handicap games are very beneficial, I have learned the majority of players do not like playing them compared to even games, even if there is a rank gap. So for this one, maybe people would have found it more acceptable, but typically I have found that they prefer even games, so we're just going to keep the games even for everyone, just to keep everything simple. And I'll try to get more people and try to keep the pairings as close as I can, depending on who else is in the league. Okay. Typically, we don't want to play this one. It just allows black to approach with support versus playing here, which approaches without support. Very minor difference. Just for clarification for both of you, a mistake in the opening is not really a mistake. It's a suboptimal move. You can consider something about 1 to 2 points max if you see that it's unconventional or not recommended or something like that. That usually means a max of 1 to 2 points mistake. When you play a corner pattern, if you just focus on making life, the most you'll lose is maybe a couple points. There are some very rare corner patterns where you can actually lose a lot more than that. But typically, the only way you lose a lot is if something dies. So if your opponent ever does something weird, like maybe attach or something or anything, right? I want you to focus on just making a base. If you make a base, you can find for both players that the result will be somewhat manageable. So yes, you want to learn your patterns one by one, but for now, just try not to die. If you don't die, you get to the middle game. The game might be a little good for your opponent, but usually it's only by like 5 or 6 points. It's not a huge deal. But if you die, that's a different story. If you want to learn more about my basic patterns, you can find on my channel, just search on my channel for Joseki, Joseki. It is, Joseki stands for corner patterns, and it's Joseki's that every beginner should know. It's or Joseki's for beginners, something like that. And it has all of the titles or all of the patterns you might need to get to single digit Q. Okay. Yep. Very fine. Very fine. Honestly, the opening so far is really good for a 17Q. Okay, this is a little bit of a chicken move. I understand you're afraid of what might happen to the 1 point jump. It's understandable, but I think for the league, play what you know is the correct move if you know it, and then learn from the review. And ask your opponent for a review. I don't know if I'll be able to review every single game in the league once everyone starts playing, but if you can, try to ask someone for a review. This is how we learn, right? You want to treat these games where you take your you want to treat these games as games where you're taking your time, you're playing seriously, but don't back down. You want to learn, right? Learning is more important than winning. So if you know this is the correct move, for instance, maybe you don't, maybe you do, and they do something like this, then you want to learn the pattern. Now, the simple response for this for white is simply go here, here, and then connect, and then this is a ladder, right? So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think is perfectly fine. If they play on the inside, just remember that you can just do what you did with what I showed in the top right. You just focus on making a base. So you just stay connected. You could even go over here, honestly. You just keep black cut. Let them do whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do, you just let them do it, and you just surround. And then, if you want to learn the life and death of it, you can start looking into that as well. Let's see, this one is alive. So typically you could do like this, and then this is a dead shape, I believe. Yep, and then here, 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 here. Don't worry about the life and death right now. I just want you to get to the point where you can play out a corner without dying. That's the big key here. This is a little bit of a slack move. Like I said, no big deal though. It's just 1 to 2 points at most. Another one you could do is here, but this has worse endgame because there is this annoying clamp. But when you go down, this is still a ladder. The trick to watch out for is going to be here, right? Because later, if, say, black gets another stone, and black plays here, sometimes this stuff can activate. But overall, I think it's okay. Okay, I'm getting off topic now. Let's go back to the main game. I think there's ways to handle everything, but also corner patterns, there's like 10,000 plus patterns. So let's just learn one at a time. The way you take 10,000 steps is you take one step, and then you take another step, and then you take another step. Yeah. This feels unnecessary. But sure, this is a move, yeah, and it's perfectly fine. I'm not sure if I would do it though. I would focus on my position. Like, I feel like black's position is bigger. But I don't know. This is preference, right? This doesn't really matter. This is a proper move, so it's fine. That one's not. It's here, here, and then you play a little bit of Sabaki, I believe. Sabaki being light and loose. Lighty and loosey. But yeah, if we play it like this, to me, this is looking like a pretty nice position because all of this potential right here, all of that potential right there, versus white's got right here and right here. This is a weak group, so you can't say that this is white's stuff yet. And white has that potential. Your potential, blue, was a lot bigger than white's potential. Okay? So, yeah. Potential, potential, This is potential. Okay? This is not cash. This is control. So, I think black's is bigger, so I would just build black's. That's the classy approach. But it's not like you can't play this. But yeah, this is not the move. This one, I just pincer. And the reason it is here, even though it's not one space away like it normally is, normally you would want to go here, it's because we're taking the tiger's mouth shape, which is this little triangle shape right here. The reason that is important is because when you need an eye, what you do is you jump and make a tiger's mouth, or you play a diagonal and make a tiger's mouth, and both of which can lead to the eye shape. Okay, that is how you make an eyes. Jumps, diagonals, tiger's mouths, and then eyes. Okay, but if you take it away, now this diagonal can't become an eye on either side. So now they have to run. And yeah, they're going to run. That's fine. It's expected for them to run, but they're not going to make an eye while doing it, which is kind of the key. That is why you can attack it from this position. I need to go a little bit faster in this game, I think. This is too much. This is like you don't care about these two stones. Then why even play the two stones? I don't like this. You're invading next to a weak group. This is a good way to get double attacked. And white's response is perfect. White's doing really well for a 17Q. White's response is perfect for double the Q. If you want right here, you're still connected, but you're also surrounding these stones like this. So it's a little bit more powerful, but not a huge deal. Like, you're still cutting, you're still keeping strong and connected. You're doing great, okay? White's now winning this game. Excuse me. White is now winning this game. This is so difficult for black to play now. Ah, here we learn a classic mistake. If you watch my streams, you'll hear me say this a lot. Knight's moves are cuttable, okay? Knight's moves and bends, or hanes. So let's say I have a stone here, and I play a hane, or a bend. This has a cutting point, which means you can be disconnected. Knight's moves, like in chess, you go 2 and then 1, or 1 and then 2. Knight's moves are cuttable. So let's imagine a stone right here and right here. It is cuttable. You can also cut from this way. There, there, there. There's 2 moves you have to consider if it cuts or not. Okay, you do not play a cuttable shape from a group that is running, and what that means is you have no foundation and there's enemy stones next to you. When you run, you want to stay connected, if possible. So when you're doing this, a diagonal would be perfect. It's not a slack move, it's a solid move. It's connected, it's strong, it's not cuttable. I'm going to not go into detail about why it's not cuttable because I don't want to overwhelm the information. But this is a super strong connected group, and it's surrounding black with very little weakness. So I think it's much better. This one, the more weaknesses or cutting points you give to the opponent, the more chances they have to break through your position and make life. So you got to be careful about leaving cutting points when you attack. This is not connected because when I play something like this, you see how... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing this out of order. Okay, so if I do this, that's what I'm trying to do. So it's still cuttable. Obviously, the cut is not good. Okay, obviously the cut is not good. But usually we don't want shapes that have a bad future. So if we play this out, maybe it's a bad future. Also, it'd be really hard to turn this into an eye on this side at the very least. So this diagonal can't really become an eye. So I want to say 1 point jump. I honestly don't know what to do as black. I don't know. I think I would jump and try to see if I can get close to the cutting point. I might consider in here. But yeah, maybe. This would be an expensive... This would be very expensive life, though. This isn't floating for white, though, so maybe it's okay. I wonder if white should go here first, then, or maybe here. Maybe just here in the diagonal. That way we don't have that weakness. So just fix. Peeps are typically bad moves. With peep being a move to threaten to cut. They're typically bad, but they're really good at forcing the opponent to respond. So if they help fix a cutting point, then they're good. But if otherwise, you're just making your opponent stronger, so don't do it. So the cost of this is I get my opponent to fix their cutting point, but I also fix my cutting point. And since I'm stronger and I'm the attacker, or I'm the stronger group. I don't want to say attacking. Attacking is max power. I'm playing aggressive defense, which is attacking from the weak group while staying strong. It's not max power. It is staying solid and strong, but applying pressure. A little bit difference. And usually it's because of the connections. No, it's too early. You are winning. You are winning. You are winning. Just keep attacking. Keep the pressure up. The reason we know this is so weak is because black has no foundation. Okay, keep track of when nothing has, or when something doesn't have foundation. Okay, none of that has foundation. This one doesn't either. So I understand you wanting to make a base, but right now you're the one who ignored it. No. Black ignored it. That's right. Okay, but here, if you wanted to make a base, you should make a base. Anyway, there's a big fight going on. Not the timing to ignore. Okay. This is one of the things you have to learn. It's like trial by fire. You have to die like 100 times in the corner to learn what lives and what doesn't. So I'm going to say just accept that you're probably going to die in the corner and use it as a learning experience. This should be alive, but if I'm playing a handicap game against double-digit Q, I'm aiming to kill their corner. I can almost guarantee one of the corners will die. Simply because I know more life and death problems in the corner than they do. It is very useful to have a corner in a handicap game. But it's one of the things you have to learn. Don't avoid learning stuff. Just do your best. And then if you read it and you're like, this is too close to death, then sure. Reading trumps everything. But if there's enough space, try to learn the life and death. And then once you know what the life and death is, then you can decide whether to defend it or not. Okay. Another way would be to do this, and that is to get one step further with the surround and also to take the eye. But I think you're doing so fantastic. This is like, White is winning, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, white's 2.7. Oh wow, you get to 40 points. You kill them. Oh my gosh. You actually kill this group. That's amazing. Attachments are good. Empty triangles do not make eyes. Empty triangles do not make eyes. Empty triangles do not make eyes. Okay, do not make an empty triangle. 1 point jumps, tiger's mouths, table shapes. Empty triangles don't make eyes. Empty triangles get squeezed. And what I mean by that, okay, this is a triangle, okay? This is a triangle. An empty triangle means there is no stone right here. Okay, there's no white stone. Because if you were squeezing a white stone, it would be fine. That would be known as a turn. So that would look like this. This is a turn, okay? That's because there's something there. An empty triangle that does not have something to squeeze gets squeezed. And that is because it has very low lifelines or very low liberties. So I can just put it into threat to capture or Atari, threat to cut, and then connect to make the eye, or I can do another threat to cut and then connect to make the take away the eye. It's very attackable. It is not a good shape. Just here, I think, or I don't know. You're in a lot of trouble, but this shouldn't be the answer. Maybe even go here first and then like this. And then this is a ladder. That's another way to do it. Yeah, very bad shape. Very bad shape. No, don't leave until the eyes are visible. Make sure that you check their eyes before you leave. Make them prove that they're alive, okay? If you don't know they're alive and you're just assuming, maybe they are too. You never know, right? Try to solve the life and death problem before moving on. Once you've read it's alive, then you can play elsewhere, okay? Once you know for a fact black is alive, that is when you leave. So the more reading you do, the higher level reading you get, the sooner you can play elsewhere. But don't let up the pressure. Because you're missing winning opportunities. Attacking is how you win. So you're going to miss game-winning opportunities if you don't follow through with your attacks. I got sleepies in my eyes. I'm sorry, I'm rubbing my eye because I got all the sleepies in my eye. Okay, so let's see. There. Okay, this is not a knight's move. This is a dog's face. There's a difference. Dog's face is from the 1 point jump. It's like a big triangle. And it's a doggy, right? And then you draw a little body. And then give it legs. Give it a little tail that's wagging. Okay, it's a dog. And, oh, you gotta give him a nose. This is a complete waste of time. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyway, the dog's face is not cuttable because it is a tiger's mouth. Okay, dog's face does not make eyes, but it's great for running away with a 1 space jump in a different direction. No, please finish the attack. Also, don't do this when the outside is important because you should expect to get cut off. So if the outside is valuable, reduce it. Don't invade it. Careful, cutting points, red flag, red flag. Keep an eye on the cutting points. Here or here. Okay, there we go. Now we're attacking. We're attacking. So black, this one was too much. Now go do it. You're 1 step late to going back to defense over here. Especially if the game is writing on it. This is another empty triangle. Empty triangles are not good for eyes usually. Oh my gosh, this poor empty triangle's killing you. I don't know what to do without spending a lot of time. I think here, take the eye, and then here. I don't know how you're gonna live. Maybe something along those lines. I'm not sure. I'd have to spend a lot of time reading it. It's very dangerous, though. White is doing fantastic. I don't think you're 17Q. Level up. Rank your game up. Oh, but this doesn't work. This doesn't work. No! No! Oh, disaster has struck. Connect. because you can't be captured on either side. Oh no! Unfortunate. How big of a mistake is that? Let's see. 35-point mistake. It's okay. It's okay. I am just, watching a movie. I'm reacting to a movie. It doesn't mean the movie is bad. Okay. I'm reacting to the movie that is this Go game. It doesn't mean the movie is bad. What the heck? Okay. I'm running out of time for this video, but I have to check. What is this? What happened here? Okay. So we are here. Okay. -78. You can kill it again? Oh no! Holy crap! Because if I play here, 2, 3, and if black tries to kill, da 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 da. Wow, that never works. Living on the first line is never good unless it kills half the board. Wow, crazy, crazy, crazy. So they have to stop the eye here, and if you do that, then it's the same thing. Yeah, they stop the eye. 3, 4, 5. Oh, crazy. Craziness, craziness. Okay, with that, we are out of time for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.